would like to welcome you to a quick chat I have with a friend. Her name is Marjolaine Rose, and she is an authentic living guide. And I've asked her to have a quick chat with me today so we can wonder about the different ways we can wonder in our practices. So Marjolaine is a truth seeker, and she helps others, especially women, stand in their own truth, come home to themselves, and remember their wholeness. She supports women by releasing blocks to their remembrance through introspective guidance and holistic healing using a modality called BodyTalk. Welcome, Marjolaine. It's nice to see you.
Thank you. So nice to see you too. Thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about your work. What do you love about it?
Ooh. Well, what don't I love, really? I mean, when it comes to that sentence, right? Bringing women home to the truth of who they are and their wholeness. That requires a lot of juicy connection, a lot of exploration, and a lot of self-honoring. And that was something that I went through in my own personal place with not necessarily the support system to help me through that. And so I feel really called to be a part of that, and really just holding the space for us to start asking those questions of exploration and feeling safe to explore the answers, whether they're ones that light you up or ones that make you realize that it's okay to search for more. And
Wow.
That's really...
that feels really juicy, because what you're saying to me is, we have to ask the questions anyway. Like, there's no way around asking the questions.
Essentially. And I feel like once you start asking the questions, like, you can't unknow the answers either.
That's right. You'd be living in a real illusion that you sold yourself at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
So obviously you've been working with our app a little bit from time to time, and maybe you could just tell me about how you've been using it with your practice or for yourself. I'm just curious.
Sure. I mean, the moment I saw this app was going live, I was all over it. Number one, I'm a lover of all things that you touch anyways. But to really not dig deep, but really like honor the questions that come up with the consciousness of every part of our body and our energy fields, that to have it all in one concise area. There's a lot of knowledge that I've taken and I understand, but to have it in one spot where I can just open this app and at the click of a finger, I can have a list of those questions that really just cause me to go, ooh, all right, or aha, right?
Oh, that's great.
So for me, at first, it was solely for selfish reasons that I got the app. It was like, yes, this is amazing. And to hold the space for myself to go through the explorations. And it would just come to, if I was feeling a little bit of discomfort and there wasn't maybe someone that I could reach out to walk through the questions, or it was really, I knew that it was a time to just go introspective and start to ask myself those questions. I would just pull up the app and choose a body part depending on what was going on and take some deep breaths to ground and then read through the questions. And throughout my journey, I know I can feel the yes and no's within my body. So I know when there's resistance to a question that comes up, or I know when there's a need to explore more. So just reading through it and going, ooh, yeah, that's the one right there. That's where I'm focusing. And, and even sometimes it came down to just setting a 5-minute timer and freehand journaling to just see what comes up on that topic. In a concentrated way that I wouldn't normally create the space for. And so doing that with the help of the app was profound. Sometimes it was just reading the question and I could literally feel the release within that body part. It was just like, it was the opportunity to sit and just honor and pay attention. And from there, how do you keep that to yourself?
I feel a lot of energy as you're talking, and what is coming across for me, it's like this is a deeper way to see those parts inside self. And so taking a look, and then there's really seeing, which is being open to what comes without that resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And all of us want to be seen. And I guess all parts of us would like to be seen in this way too.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes. And the app, I mean, I keep saying the app, but it's essentially the creators of the app, because essentially this is an essence of what you and Amanda have created. And truly, when you can go into that and feel the heart of the thoughtfulness of these questions, and like, they're hard hitting questions too. Like, you're not just like scooting around things. You bring it, and it causes me to show up too. So it's been, a profound piece of my own self-care toolkit. And then essentially it would be, even just from a friend perspective. So not necessarily a client, someone saying that they were dealing with some sort of discomfort. I'm like, ooh, can I show you something? Right. And for the most part, I've created a group of friends that are open to exploring those types of questions to begin with. But it would really I would invite them to sit still with themselves. And I would actually just read through all the questions, because who am I to decide what the right question is for them to ponder, and would just read through it. And one of the most phenomenal things that happened for me is I was sharing with one of my girlfriends. She was having trouble with her pointer finger. And now I don't know all the sentences or anything, but I went through it, and you could see her just letting it wash over her. And by the end of the questions, and she was just that open and willing to explore, and her body just was so grateful for her to bring the awareness there, that she started to feel a tingle within her finger, and she was no longer in discomfort. And it was like, woo!
A tingle in the finger.
Yeah,
we like it.
Right? And that's the thing, is it can be that simple. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it's certainly simple at times too. And so from there, I started to, because I'm not one for having technology in the room when I'm doing sessions. But it started to come up for me to be grabbing my phone and opening the app during sessions, of course. And
yeah,
so
it's way better when it's coming up in a distance session, for sure.
Right?
But sometimes, sometimes things want to be seen in a certain way, and we follow that, right?
So a lot of the times it would be during a session where the priority would be that it's not just having their body do the balancing, but actually bringing that mind-body connection together by reading through some of those questions. And of course, using the BodyTalk modality, most of the time I get right to the exact question that needs to be asked as well.
Right.
And then sometimes I'm reading all of it, because they all have something to do with something. But to be able to see that, and it almost feels like it's a more interactive way to have my clients come to the understanding of exactly the work that's getting done throughout their session as well.
Wow, that sounds like a great session. So you know what? I'm going to actually plug you a little bit here, Marjolaine, and let everybody know that your website is marjolannerose.com, and that's a great way to get a hold of you. And I'll put your contact also underneath this video so people can reach out.
Beautiful.
I'm sure that they're going to want to feel the kind of energy that you bring in a session for clarity and that kind of community. So thank you for this feedback. It's been so interesting to see how the app is being used in person with real people, with other real people. And so thank you for bringing your work and telling us about it. And just thank you for doing your work in the world. It's really needed. It's all hands on deck out there these days. So just want to honor you in that.
Thank you. I'll receive that. And I of course, so much gratitude for what you are doing in the world and the work that you're sharing. And I believe this is just the beginning. And I'm so excited for more people to learn of this app, because it's an everyday person's tool, if they're open to exploring that. And I think that's a profound foundational impact that you're making, which is huge.
Thanks, Marjolaine. All right. Well, I will sign off right now, and we'll see you later.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
everybody, for listening to our chit chat as well. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.